Hello, amazing souls. Welcome to your weekly energy update. And before we jump into the update, I did want to mention that as part of my YouTube subscriber marathon last Friday, I did put out a video on how you can enter a drawing to win one of the 30-minute recorded personal readings. So if you're interested in that giveaway, I will put the link down in the description box below. And at the end of this video, it'll be in the playlist as well. So the more comments I get on that video, the more I will offer of those individual recorded personal readings. So if they interest you, be sure to check that out. So for the energy update for this week, wow, we are entering the pre-shadow of Mercury retrograde today on August 21st. And I know, don't freak out. Mercury retrograde can bring some wonderful things, which we will talk about briefly here as well. But all the planets are in retrograde or pre-shadow except for Venus and Mars now. And Mars will actually next week on September 4th also go into pre-shadow. So we'll be only having the planet Venus not in retrograde. What does that mean? Well, retrograde, they all kind of turn that energy more where we're focusing on inward things rather than so many outward things. So you might have been having this for a little bit because all the planets started to go into pre-shadows and retrogrades to, point us inward. So you've probably been feeling it for a while anyway. So at least you know, like, oh, that's why I'm so focused on my inner growth. Well, the Mercury retrograde, of course, like I said, it's going into the pre-shadow, and it's starting off in the sign of Virgo. Now, Virgo is ruled by Mercury, so it's very much at home there, but it deals with health. It deals with listening to your body, also kind of like your work routine, and also it has to do with pets, too. So as you go into and start this pre-shadow, some of those subjects might come up about reflecting on those. Then on August 27th, Mercury moves into Libra. And of course, Libra is more of that building, healing, relationships types of energy, balancing things, creating win-wins. So that will kind of have a shift in what you're reflecting on. And then we will hit the retrograde itself on September 10th. Now, retrograde means planets actually don't go backwards, of course. So like Mercury is the closest, let's pretend this is the sun. Mercury is closest to the sun. So the Earth is out here. So Mercury's orbits faster, so it's going to go around faster. And so at one point, it looks like it's behind us, but it's actually lapping us. So that does take it into different energies, and that's why that reflection, comes into play with that as well. So even it goes into the retrograde on September 10th, in the sign of Libra, it eventually kind of backs back up and goes back into Virgo on September 24th. And it'll stay in Virgo until it goes direct, which means it starts moving forward again. And it'll be in that post-shadow period until like October 17th. But October 11th, it does move back into Libra, so you can kind of see how you're going to bounce back and forth between that Virgo energy, that Libra energy, the Virgo energy, and back into Libra energy. So, the pre-shadow, we start to feel that emphasis of the retrograde. And then when the retrograde hits on September 10th, we're full-blown in super reflective mode. And then the post-shadow happens when we go direct on October 2nd through October 17th. The post-shadow is not as intense as the pre-shadow and the retrograde. It's more reflecting on what you learned during that reflection period. So little quick update on how that Mercury retrograde works. And of course, Mercury is all about communication, social connection. It actually is also like siblings, aunts, uncles, cousins. So that type of relatives, but not like your children or parents, more everyone outside of that. So that might come into play too during this period with those subjects that you'll be looking at. Now, you might have heard, people get scared around the Mercury retrograde and go, oh my gosh, here we go. But there's positive things you can do. Look at it like tides, right? If you're trying to launch a boat, when the tide's coming in, you're going to struggle and it's going to be tough, and the boat probably will capsize, and you're going to invest a lot of energy but not get very far with it. Well, that's the time that you would mend your nets and do stuff, but not try to launch things and put things out there, right? Because when the tide is going out, that's when, the planet's direct. That's when you launch things. Then things go very smoothly and very easily. So during a retrograde, you can take total, use of that energy and edit things, like do the redo things, breathe life into old ideas, clean things out, declutter, deal with the clutter that you have around you. Because during this period also, the energy can bring up old patterns or old challenges for you to review during this period. And it's all this preparation for you to then launch into a new area of your life with this new information that you gleaned during that period. So it can be a very, very positive use of that energy. And, we all need some downtime to rest and rejuvenate and just reflect on things. And that's what this period brings. So we're also going to jump in to each individual zodiac sign and just see what the universe and spirit would like you to know on what you can do with this Mercury retrograde energy from today, August 21st, through October 17th, which will be the end of that post-shadow period. So we'll jump into your reading right now for your sign. All right, Virgos, this is your weekly energy update, and we will start off here with the wisdom of the oracle. And any of the cards I use in a reading, I do list in the description box below. We're just going to check in here and see what the Creator and Spirit want you to know about how you can use this beautiful retrograde energy from now until October 17th. So, for all our Virgos, what would you like them to know? Okay, this will be it. You have By the Book, number 11. Beautiful card there. We'll put that right here. And let's see what they would like to tell you here. So this is about abiding by social rules, conformity, respecting cultural or family customs, and universal laws. So this is like this reflection around those subjects is what they're encouraging you to do during this kind of 2-month period. It says the universe works within a structure of divine laws and principles that provides a framework for human experience and evolution. The law of abundance, the law of prayer, the law of karma, the law of attraction, the law of thought, the law of compensation, and the law of nature are only a few that are known. These principles create perfect order and operate with a kind of precision beyond human understanding. Even revolution has its place in universal law. Human beings, in turn, have their own laws and customs that vary from culture to culture and family to family. Laws keep social order and govern behavior, reflecting an instinctive understanding that harmony is important. This is a time to learn these laws and conform to them rather than being the rebel and flouting them. When this card appears, submit to structure and follow the rules even if they seem to make no sense. Release resistance, for universal laws will correct any disharmony. Open your eyes to those universal laws and it will be easier to go by the book at this time. I also want to read the relationship message for this card because of that Libra energy I mentioned in the intro that you'll have during this retrograde period. And it says, getting along with others entails understanding and respecting who they have become as a result of their environment, their culture, and experience. Find the middle ground that allows the relationship to flourish while honoring the individuality of the other person. Play things by the book instead of trying to break the rules or pressure others to conform to the way you want to do them. Your connection will deepen as a result. Love it. So definitely allowing others to have their ways of looking at things. Kind of feel like it's the Five of Swords energy, which is all about, we can get into these battles when we're trying to prove that our small t truths of the human are more truer than their small t truths of the human, when there's really these capital T truths of the higher realms that are rooted in unconditional love instead of the fear that man makes those rules about. So I love that there's this information coming through here for you. And let's take a look. We're also going to pull a card here from the Ancestral Path Tarot and just see what else they would like you to know around this by the book. By allowing other people to be themselves, allowing yourself to be yourself, while at the same time knowing that there's higher truths that don't need defending, that are just true, and kind of giving into those. So what else do you want our Virgos to know? Okay, well, you actually get two. You're the first one that has had two, so you have definitely some stuff coming in here. Okay, so you got the Seven of Swords. So the Seven of Swords are your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindsets, your attitudes, your laws and opinions, everything we talked about. And the Seven of Swords is about this realization about what is deceiving you, what is stealing away from your life, because it's your own thoughts and your own beliefs and your own mindsets. You know, and I'm not sure if in this one, if he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, he's holding 6 there. Usually he's holding 5 and there's 2 left behind. Here there's 6 and there's 1 left behind. And it's like they're allowing other people to have their own truths. Well, kind of holding on to your own, but you're realizing it's your own small t truths that are causing the ruckus in your life, that it's your thoughts and beliefs that are making you feel restricted and that are impacting you. So you're being deceived by your own small t truths of the human mind. And this reflective time during these 2 months is for you to look into that and really take a clear picture of it. But you have the Tower here, which is all about things are being removed out of your life for you. It's not happening to you, it's happening for you. And I kind of feel like that's what's happening with these thoughts and these beliefs, is that some of them are being blown out of the water. Like some strong opinions that you've had about others, yourself, the world, how things should work, supposed to work, need to work. You're having big ahas that are just blowing some of those small t truths, literally. You know, they're like a lightning rod. They just attracted that lightning bolt and they blew up, and you're like, okay, I'm letting that go, because you're realizing that it's not something you want to hold on to anymore. So again, happening for you. It's not happening to you. It's not a punishment. It's not an embarrassment. It's not anything like that. It's happening for you to set you free, because it's one of those thoughts that were deceiving you, keeping you small, keeping other people small, keeping the world small. We're also going to pull from the Dreamers deck here. See what else they would like to add here. All right. So what else for our Virgos? All right. That one right here. I'll let you see that and then I'll read it. And that says, I know that I can manifest all that my heart desires. I'm ready to receive. Beautiful. So yeah, this limiting beliefs, these things that were keeping you small, with this revelation of what they were and them getting blasted away, it's really opening up. It's like they're showing me like this picture in my head of the Great Wall, you know, in Germany that split Berlin, right? And they're showing like this giant lightning bolt just opening up that wall and allowing you to step through it, not having these restrictions and these things. But I kind of feel like this by the book, when you're going by your little book, that's where all these restrictions come in. But when this blows that away, it allows you to move through things and go places that you didn't think you were supposed to go before, because there's higher laws, those that are rooted in unconditional love, that are contradictory to your small t truths, that were like, who said you couldn't go in there? And you're like, well, I thought I read a little pamphlet that someone handed out outside that says I can't go in there. And they're like, who gave you that? Who are these people outside? Well, they don't even work here. Why would you, so disregard what they gave you because they don't work here. That's not even, they don't have any say-so, is kind of what they're showing me. We're also going to use these Chinese tarot and get some more clarification on this beautiful revelation with this by the book. But I really feel this is such a freeing journey for you, mentally freeing, which I can't imagine. Virgos never think a lot, do they? Never. So what else do you want our Virgos to know? Okay. So they want all of those. Any others? Okay. Wow. And those two as well. Okay. So let's take a look here. So we'll start off here. Yep. So you have Temperance. So this is the balancing out of things, the patience, the working out of things. So definitely having patience with others, looking into your temperament and how you are interacting with others, what emotions come up. Now, you may not even do this on the outside. People might think, oh my gosh, you're such a loving, wonderful, accepting person. I wish we had more people in the world like you. And you're like, if you only knew what was going on inside my mind while you were doing those things, that's different, because you have tempered how you allow it to be reflected in the outside world. But trust me, people still pick up on the energy. And even though you might have it mastered of how you reflect it to the outside world, this is for you, right? This isn't for more being pleasing to other people and accepted and blah, blah, blah. This is about you having relief, having your mind become more peaceful. So I love that. Yeah. And you have the Three of Pentacles. The Three of Pentacles is this message about being more true to your authentic self, being more true to who you are, allowing other people to be true to who they are, right? Expressing that with these three elephants. It's allowing yourself to be you and allowing them to be themselves and to express yourself, because then you are in this place of support. And the Three of Pentacles can also be about your community and about coming together more, especially with these three elephants. You are feeling this. This will help you build friendships around you, like-minded, not even like-minded. They're like, nope, not like-minded, but like-loving. Like lovers, as far as people who love other people. It's like you're creating and attracting these people that are going through this same type of freedom of, we may not agree on 100% of things, but the thing we agree on is that we love. And that is what is like kind of being the glue that holds you all together. Yeah. Lovers, like I said. So a group of lovers, of not, like romantic lovers, but people who love. So can't make that up. I just said that. And then they're like, yeah, that's what we meant. And then you have the Five of Wands. So the Five of Wands is a transformation of energy, which fits right into what we've been talking about here. Because the Five of Wands kind of starts off with this energy of fear. Like there's these five people that have these long staves and they're like, bam, 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 bam. And it's like this kung fu movie where everyone's fighting one another and they're really going at it. And you're like, oh my gosh, they're trying to kill one another. And eventually it gets down to where one person's barely standing, the other four are exhausted on the ground. And you're like, oh my God, what's going to happen next? Is he going to kill him? Is he going to wound him like fatally or what? And then they all start laughing and you're like, what is going on? And they help each other up and they all walk buddy, buddy, buddy down the pathway back to the monastery meal hall where they have a meal together. And suddenly this transformation of the energy moves from something that was fearful and selfish to that, wow, they were helping each other because they loved one another. They were trying to help each other improve their skills. They weren't trying to defeat one another. They were just being their authentic selves, and in doing so, we're helping each member of that group to improve and become more of who they are and being able to express their talents even more. So there is this movement, this change of energy from trying to fight one another and trying to make other people obey your little deputy of the sheriff of the universe roles, to allowing people to be who they are and actually helping them express themselves in beautiful ways, focusing on who they are, not who they're not. Yeah. So ultimately, by the end of this retrograde period, the Two of Swords comes in here, and you learn that with every choice that you make, that you always have two places to choose from. You can choose from the fear of losing conditional love, all those old mindsets that were rooted in the fear of the human, or on the other hand, to choose those that are rooted in unconditional love of the higher realm, your intuition, your gut, your heart. The Lover's card also represents emotional choices, which is like you have mental choices and emotional choices. Everyone is very simple. It's either of unconditional love or the fear of losing conditional love. Thoughts, emotions, either of unconditional love or the fear of losing conditional love. Very simple. Every moment is either one or the other. And so by the end of this retrograde, you will have a good understanding of that emotional and mental choices. Yep. And then you have the Magician. So you realize by the end of this, you're able to understand how it is that you are a conduit of this lightning, actually. You're a conduit of this beautiful energy from above. You bring down, they raise their wand toward the heavens, and it brings down that unconditional love through you, through your body, and out into the world. You become a conduit of unconditional love to the world. You're able to bring that energy. You're able to bring this manifestation into the physical world. You're given everything that you need to be able to express yourself, uniquely express yourself in the unconditional love in your heart with the world in that special way. The Three of Coins was about you being your authentic self. The Magician is about expressing yourself authentically and sharing that. And if you ever wonder, I don't know what I want to do. I've always wanted to, lived up to what everyone else said my dream was. But this is about you really connecting to your inner self, your heart, and find out what it is that truly brings you joy, not what will please other people, but how you uniquely want to express your unconditional love with the world. So, loving that. And then your final card is the Knight of Swords. So, with all the swords and all the thoughts and all the beliefs and everything going on, the Knight of Swords is all about your quest for higher truths, because that's what knights do. They go on these beautiful, quests, and he has the Ace of Swords in his hands, which is the tool by which you can connect to the capital T truths of the higher world, while also cutting away the thoughts and the beliefs that no longer serve you. So you have this renewed passion for finding higher truth, capital T truths. And really, you've learned over these 2 months to cut away these old thoughts and these old beliefs that no longer serve you, as you're going through this beautiful experience. So love this journey you're going to be going on, and this retrograde is going to be so relieving for you and bring you so much mental freedom, which I'm sure you're like, woohoo, so happy for that. So excited for you, all you Virgos. Now, if you are wanting to make sure to enter the raffle I'm going to have, or I guess it's the contest, to get a 30-minute recorded free personal reading. I'll have the link to that listed in the description box below. I'll also throw a playlist up here toward the end of the video where you can go over to that video. It'll tell you how you can enter the drawings, and the more comments there are on the video, the more of those 30-minute videos I will be giving away. So if you're interested in that, make sure to check that out. And if you are looking for more messages of love from above, in addition to these weekly energy updates, I also put out monthly readings for each zodiac sign and a few other types of videos. So if you don't want to miss out on any of those and be notified immediately when they become available, if you give this video a little thumbs up and click the like button, also click the subscribe button, and that gives you access to the notification bell. And when you go in there, if you select the all option, then you will be notified of any new videos that come out on this channel. Also, doing those things, it helps spread the love, and it helps my channel grow in significant ways, because when you like a video, you share the video, comment on the video, and especially subscribing to the channel, doing those things makes the YouTube algorithm so happy it does want to share the videos of this channel with other people as well. So if you feel inspired to do any of those things, I am very grateful. Also, these are general readings, and as I mentioned, I do offer personal readings, so if you're looking for even more specific information and specific answers for your specific life, if you check out the description box below, it shows you how you can attain a personal reading, and I am introducing a sliding price scale. And what that means is that instead of having one set price, that this is what a personal reading costs, it actually will give you multiple price points that you can choose from, because I understand everyone has different incomes, everyone has different struggles here and there with their finances, so I wanted to be able to offer different price points so that you could choose one that meets more your financial needs for a personal reading, and so it's more flexible with that. So again, all that's in the description box below. All right, Virgos, as you go through this wonderful adventure, please know every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the Creator of all things. And of course, I love you too. You have an amazing retrograde period. We'll be talking very soon. And in the meantime, you hang in there and you take care.